This video will cover, once we set up the bounding box, we're going to do the V-block design, and we're going to take a quick look at the part we are now making. We're going to start here, go up, and make this one face of the V-block that's going to help us. Actually, this includes this part too. So let's take a look at that. Let's get on to our AutoCAD. I'm starting on page 4-8. We're going to take a line, make sure that we're on the object. We're going to create a line that's going upwards, and we're going to use our coordinates 0 at 0, 0.75. That gives us our marker, and then we're going to create an angle that is going to be, looks like it says 30 degrees, and here are my helpers. I've made sure that my polar snap is on, and you can see the 30 degree is initiated. That's one of the first things that I can only go in 30 degree increments, so that helps me. Also, I have engaged the object snap, so let's do a 30 degree angle. Okay, so it's snapped into place, and what I'm interested in, even though I overshoot it, is this little intersection where it does cross that bounding plane. So now I'm going to put a line from that intersection, and I'm going to use my snap to be sure that I can grab it. Take that, and then the next dimension that we're looking for is something that's in the book, right? And you might miss it because it's on number 12, and then off to the left I put a little arrow to show it. So here's the next point. It's going to be a 30 degree angle, and we're going to use this number 1.7321, and let's see if we got it. And then it's going to say 30 degree increment . Oh, okay, sorry, wrong number. Rather than shut this off, let's try and pick up again. Intersection, last known one, it's this number we're going to use. And it's going to be 2.4641. And then we're going to determine, set in our angle, and we're going to go angle, and then we're going to go 210. And we've hit the end, and that shows it's correct. And so if you look at number 14 in the book, you kind of have to hunt for that particular number, but I'll point it out to you in the book. Okay, but now I'm going to finish off. I like when I just have to connect dots. Now I can trim. Okay, it won't let me cut that. Let's try fillet with 0. Okay, fill it with a 0. Okay, we have one face that we can use. Now we can use our copy magic. Make sure that we select everything we want to go. There, that defines the shape. Enter. I'll take this end. I'll move over here. Stop. And then I'll also make, now I can start connecting the end pieces. One to there. Repeat. One to there. Repeat. One to there. And just in case I'm going to overlap the bounding box, make sure that I have this to there. There. Complete. Okay, now I'm going to work on that little corner. I had to revisit the book, the picture, and I'm right here. So I've got the 30 degree angle that I can work with. I also have a dimension 0.75. If I can get up to this point and come back with a 30 degree angle, I'll create this triangle that I'm going to use to cut out this particular shape. So let's go for it. So I'm going to take a line, and you can use your snap from two. I never have success with that, but I do have success just drawing another line. I go 0.75, and then I'm going to come back, and I think I'll overshoot this, and I'll try and get I still have my 30-degree angle set up on my polar snap, so I'm just going to clip that there. Now, normally, if it were 2D, it wouldn't be a problem to trim this. Okay, but in 3D, it is a problem because it may not be exact. So I'm just going to skip the whole dialogue, and I'm just going to kind of short circuit. And maybe this is not the book's way. Make sure that that's engaged, and I'm just going to do the same thing again with my given points. Let's make sure let's choose intersection. It's not even reading as an intersection. There, so I repeated myself. So let's get rid of the things I used to get this, and there's probably a double line in there, so we'll wait. Let's turn off the bounding box. Okay, so now we can see that I have that, and we'll be good to go. Okay, bounding box is back on, and I need to turn this back on because I will need it now that I see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to copy this small triangle that I'm going to use as a cutting plane. And let's go ahead and copy it. And let's find a point that will serve from the z-axis, no movement any other direction. Then we're going to come through and make our cutting line. Okay, and then the most important detail left is we need to untangle our mind to be sure that we can grab a line from here to here. Okay, one is willing to take that. Let's see if we can get it to snap. Okay, it's having a problem doing that. I'm using a tool called Apparent. Okay, Apparent intersection, which is new for me. That means I've eyeballed it, and this is where I think they'll occur. So the apparent intersection has replaced the intersection command. Okay, so very important. Let's be sure and delete the right things. Okay, I was just about to delete and go on with my life, but suddenly I turn the page and the book is going in another direction. It wants you to go to View, Viewports, go to 4 viewports, and voila, you have 4 different views, and your job is to tackle. When you highlight one and it creates the blue frame, we're going to create an easy orthographic, and we'll set this to top view and bring it into view. So what we're trying to do is get to a very accurate side. Okay, they're going to keep this isometric, so nothing to do there. We're going to say that this is front view, even though I'm going to be capturing the side. So it's front view, okay. And already I see a little distortion happening, so I'm not on target. And then we're going to have so we'll call that the side view. If that was the front, right side. Okay, so I already see I have a problem with that my creation is not as cool as I thought it was, even though here it reads there's actually distortion. So let's see if I can snap these things into place. Okay, so I'm in a pickle here because I went back to my one view. The 4 viewports were showing me that there's some distortion happening, so I'm going to do my first hunch, and I'm going to clean things up the way I think things are. And it could still be wrong, which would mean another video, as I am running out of time for this particular video, but let's keep on going and see what happens. So I'm going to take off. I see the distortion now. Okay. As I zoomed in, I didn't quite hit the bounding box. Let's see if anything can be done to correct that. Can you take a grip and get a parent? Take these 2 points. Take this point. Okay, it looks like I did an operation. Now let's go take a look at my other point. At this end, that looks good. Okay, so let's do our trim or cut if we can get to it. Well, let me cut it. I will turn off my instruction layer. Okay, so now I'm dealing with just the parts. Let's try and erase them. Okay, so before I get too confused, let's replace things that... Okay, this is a little operation. Create a cutting tool. Didn't work. Let's do it this way. I'm going to use my grip and turn the grip back. Okay, keep going. Trim is working. Trim is working, and this is extra stuff. Get rid of it. Okay, looks like we're getting close on our time. I really want to see if this is going to work out. Let's try a trim on this. No, won't take a trim. Won't take a trim. Try my trick of putting these little nubs in the hopes that it'll take it. Try a trim. Well, I could do this. I could do this. I could try and save myself. It's all about saving yourself on this drawing. Recreate that. And then recreate it. So I saved a vertex that I could anchor onto in the future. Okay, and now I can take away these. Okay. So I can erase, but maybe, and we can't move it, so maybe I do this. Maybe I kill this and come it back in. Remember, you're working with toothpicks. It's the best way I can describe this. Okay. And as long as they accept each other and join, it might be okay. So let's spin this thing around and see if I am looking good or if, oh, okay, so I'm not doing good. So back to the drawing board. But let's take, we won't really know. Let's try and get our orbit tool. View, free orbit.